So this business, they provide engineering consulting services. So they have 2 offices, a team in Brisbane and a team on the Gold Coast. And the problem that they were wanting to solve is they've been growing quite quickly. So their quoting system it's got a little bit out of control.
Yeah.
So what they've decided to do is they decided that they would start using Quotient to manage their quotes, which is a great tool.
Yeah, I use it.
But what they were wanting to do was there was all of this manual work where a quote would get accepted. Then from there, an invoice would need to be created. It would need to be sent to them to pay a deposit.
Yep.
The job details would have to be updated. They're using Workflow Max.
Okay.
They're using Xero for their financial tool.
Yep.
And because their team's growing, one of the problems that you get into when you have multiple systems like this is you need a lot of your team to have visibility on stuff.
Yep.
But you don't want them all going into your Quotient, to your Xero.
No, Workflow Max.
In this case, we probably only want them in Workflow Max and maybe one other place, but we don't want them going into Quotient. No. We don't want them going into Xero.
Yeah.
So they decided that one of the tools they wanted to use was Zendesk, which again is a great tool.
Yep.
And that they would use Zendesk.
So Zendesk is like a ticketing support, right?
Yeah, ticketing system. So they would use that to be able to give them visibility and track what was happening with each of these quotes.
Nice.
So what we were able to do using Zapier
That's a good idea.
is we're able to, when a customer accepted a quote, we automatically send them a Xero deposit invoice.
Nice.
With a payment link.
Nice.
Now, we have it set up on a rules basis. So if the job is smaller than X value, then they just get an invoice for the full job.
Yep.
If it's above a certain value, then they just get a deposit invoice.
Nice.
They get emailed the invoice with the payment link. Now, as soon as the quote gets created, a Zendesk ticket gets created. When the quote gets accepted, it gets updated as accepted. When the invoice gets paid, the Zendesk ticket gets updated as being paid.
Nice.
And at the same time, we're also, with the integration between Workflow Max and Xero, we are updating Workflow Max.
Nice.
And one of the things we were able to set up in this automation, which is not part of kind of the standard integration that you have between Workflow Max and Xero, is we wanted to be able to send the customer a Workflow Max templated like job scope.
Yep.
And so we set up this really cool automation that enables us to attach that to the email with the Xero invoice and link.
Brilliant.
From a customer experience, we're able to tick all of those boxes.
Yeah.
We're able to automate the process so the team aren't having to do this manually.
Yeah.
We're using Zendesk so that everybody knows what's going on, and it's just saving
the visibility and savings. And also, like engineering firms, they're probably a wee bit more old school in some of that sort of stuff, so you're actually bringing them into the new world as well. And one thing will stand out there is the customer experience is better, so their customers will be happier compared to the other engineering firms that they're dealing with. So there's a bigger picture to all of this.
So really cool story. So the team that I work with on this were doing a presentation to the wider team, and they were talking about the automation, and they had Zendesk up on the big screen in the boardroom. And while they were sitting there, a quote got accepted, the Zendesk ticket got updated, the invoice got sent, the customer
Oh, no
the
way.
Zendesk ticket got updated on live on the screen to say that this deposit has been paid, and nobody had to touch anything.
Wow. Man, so yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Like, how good's that? Good use of software, which software at the end of the day is leverage.